Are you gaslighting yourself, or how your inner voice is lying to you? The definition of gaslighting is, well, it's a form of psychological abuse in which a victim is manipulated into doubting their memory, perception, and sanity. Back in 1938, a psychological thriller play was written by Patrick Hamilton. It was made into a movie in 1944 starring Ingrid Bergman and Charles Boyer. The play made the term gaslighting a household term for that type of psychological abuse. I was thinking about this because the term has been used recently in reference to tactics by politicians running for office. Partisan blog articles accused both Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump of using gaslighting techniques, and Bill Clinton was often accused of gaslighting. But the play is set in fog-bound London in 1880 at the upper-middle-class home of Jack Manningham and his wife Bella. It's late afternoon, a time which Hamilton notes as being the time before the feeble dawn of gaslight and tea. At the opening of the drama, Bella is clearly on edge, and the stern reproaches from her overbearing husband, who is flirting with the servants, makes matters worse. What perturbs Bella most is Jack's unexplained disappearances from the house. He will not tell her where he's going, and this increases her anxiety. As the drama unfolds, it becomes clear that Jack is intent on convincing Bella that she is going insane, even to the point of assuring her that she is imagining the gaslight in the house dimming. The appearance of a police detective called Ruff soon leads Bella to realize that Jack is responsible for her torment. Ruff explains that the apartment above was once occupied by one Alice Barlow, a wealthy woman who was murdered for her jewels, but the murderer never recovered them. In fact, Jack goes to the flat each night to search for the jewels, and illuminating the gas lights in it causes the lights to dim in the rest of the building. His footsteps in what is supposed to be an empty apartment are used to make Bella believe that she's hearing things. But sorry, I'm not telling you the ending. You're going to have to watch the movie to see what happens. But as I thought about it, I realized that many of us gaslight ourselves into doubt and fear. As we struggle for success, we are constantly bombarded with our own inner voices gaslighting us into depression and inaction. We often create issues that are vastly out of proportion to reality, and some don't even exist. We are gaslighted by our own inner voice into believing something that isn't true. There are 7 steps to become a victim of gaslighting. And as you recognize these, it will be easier to shut them out. The first step is possession. You become dependent on the victimizer and only experience joy and satisfaction while you are with him or her. You listen only to that gaslighting inner voice that drowns out all others, and your inner voice is very jealous of your attention and allows no distractions. You sense that something is wrong, but you can't identify it. Your inner voice tells you that something must be wrong with you because you can't quite put your finger on what is keeping you from succeeding. You keep buying mindset trainings, but your inner voice drowns out anything that could replace it. You become more depressed because your inner voice keeps telling you there must be something wrong with you. So you lower the bar on yourself and lose more self-esteem. Your inner voice gaslights your every mental request. It tells you that people are not interested in you and that you have nothing of value to offer. You become more and more dependent on your negative inner voice addiction and can't make any decisions without going there for advice. You second-guess yourself and question your sanity. You feel guilty and are always apologizing. You apologize, retreat, and feel bad for wanting to try something new. You're walking on eggshells, feeling captive by your own negative inner thoughts. You fantasize about breaking free, but feel you are a hostage due to the inner voice's masterful gaslighting. When you suggest divorce, your inner voice retreats into victim mode to make you feel guilty. At the mere suggestion of moving to adopt an attitude of success, your inner voice says you lack the ability to function without it. Your inner voice blames you for your inadequacies, not its lying. It tells you you are selfish for wanting more. You're too lazy to succeed. You're too unstable to succeed. You're too fat to succeed. You should be grateful where you are, and wanting more is sinful. You are so selfish to want more. You begin to feel bad about wanting to leave, so you stay where you are. Your inner voice paralyzes you with so much doubt and fear, it makes you unable to see where you are. The only security you have is listening to your inner voice that keeps you captive in your present situation. It has all power over you. You feel ashamed and a traitor at the very thought of change. And that's the cycle of being victim to your gaslighting inner voice. But what can you do? The trouble with your inner voice is that it'll always be there. You can't leave it like you could another person that might be doing that to you. You can't dispose of it, but there is something you can do about it. You can reprogram it. It will resist. It's very happy being a gaslighter and making you the victim. But with persistence, you can reprogram your inner voice to support you instead of trying to thwart you. One thing you must be aware of, though, is if you are not constantly reprogramming daily, your inner voice will slip right back into its negative gaslight mode, kind of like an alcoholic who isn't going to Alcoholics Anonymous meetings on a regular basis. You have to keep it tied up with new positive energy. But you're not alone. There are many resources available to you. On my blog, I have some articles with suggestions for self-improvement literature. There are also some great positive quotes and collections. And you can visit my blog and access these at bloggingsuccessstories.com. Here are a few of the blog posts at bloggingsuccessstories.com. Why daily self-improvement is essential. 22 inspiring quotes. How to get people to like you. How you're projecting your money limitations on others. Your 3 biggest mental blocks to success. And the things I learned from Princess Bride about success. How to be like an eagle. Patience and perseverance produce the sweetest fruit. And many more. I hope you enjoyed this and got some value. Please leave me a comment and share, because sharing is caring. This is Anita Hales.